"We're trying to save our son." Drug company refuses to give life-saving medicine to dying boy. 7. Despite family's heartfelt pleas. Family campaigns for 7-year-old boy fighting for his life after drug company refuses to allow him access to life-saving medicine. Josh Hardy, 7, is battling a viral infection following a bone marrow transplant. A drug called brincidofovir made by North Carolina company Chimerix could clear up the infection in 2 weeks. Brincidofovir has not received FDA approval but has been administered for compassionate use to hundreds of patients. Chimerix CEO Kenneth Mauch says the company no longer has a compassionate use program because it cannot afford it. Chimerix is refusing to provide the drug to Josh Hardy. Mauch says that saying yes to Josh would mean saying yes to many more patients. This will drain the company's resources and delay the drug's progress through the formal studies required before it can be given FDA approval and help many more future patients, he says. The company has received $72 million in federal funding to develop the drug. Josh Hardy has battled cancer 7 times. His mother says she will not stop campaigning until her son is given the drug. A Virginia family is campaigning to encourage a drug company to allow their sick little boy who is fighting for his life access to life-saving medicine. Josh Hardy, a 7-year-old cancer survivor, needs a drug called brincidofovir, made by small North Carolina drug company Chimerix, to fight off a viral infection he developed after a recent bone marrow transplant. The drug has not been approved by the FDA, but it has been administered to hundreds of other patients under compassionate use allowances. Chimerix CEO Kenneth Mauch told Fox News that the company made the decision 2 years ago to stop the compassionate use program, saying they cannot afford it anymore. As we progressed to larger and more complex safety trials, we made the decision 2 years ago to stop the program and focus resources on earning FDA approval, Mauch said. Mauch says that saying yes to Josh would mean saying yes to many more patients, draining the company's resources and delaying the time it will take for the drug to progress through the formal studies required before it can be given FDA approval and help many more future patients. However, the company received $72 million in federal funding to develop brincidofovir. Josh Hardy's mother, Amy Hardy, says the situation is devastating, especially for a boy who has fought so hard to live. "There's no good excuse for us," she said. "There's nothing they can say that will really keep us from asking. We're begging them to give it to us." Josh Hardy was diagnosed with cancer of the kidneys in 2007. Since then, he has battled the disease 4 times. He had been in remission for 2 years when a bone scan in November of 2013 revealed he had developed a bone marrow disorder due to earlier cancer treatments. In January of this year he had a bone marrow transplant and endured another round of chemotherapy at St. Jude's Research Hospital in Memphis, Tennessee. Following the successful surgery he developed adenovirus, an infection that can be deadly in people with weakened immune systems. Normally, Josh's immune system would be able to handle the adenovirus if his immune system was set free, Hardy wrote on her son's Caring Bridge page. The challenge is his immune system can't be set free yet because his body is still trying to adapt to the new bone marrow cells. So to keep the body from killing the new cells, they have to suppress the immune system, thus creating ideal conditions for adenovirus to advance. Catch-22. Brincidofovir has been shown to clear up adenovirus in children in 2 weeks, reports Fox and Friends. Josh's doctors have also contacted Chimerix requesting their patient be allowed to have the drug, to no avail. "I feel that it's just an excuse and we need them to totally change their stance, not only for us but for hundreds or even thousands of people that need this drug," Hardy told Fox and Friends. "To me, it's almost a crime to not make it available to everyone who needs it." Amy Hardy has launched a campaign to save her son, and says she will not stop until Josh gets the medicine, even though the fight is stealing precious moments she could be spending with her son. I want to be by his bedside, holding his hand, telling him, it's going to be okay, but because of this unwillingness to release this drug, I have to leave him and come talk to you, and it infuriates me, Hardy told Fox and Friends. Kenneth Mach said that even a visit to see Josh at St. Jude would not change his mind about letting the child have the medicine. Amy Hardy told Fox and Friends what Mach would see if he visited Josh's bedside. He would see a frail little boy who has a very weak voice and has a hard time staying awake because he's in so much pain, she said. It's horrible for us as parents to see, because he's a vibrant, strong little boy, and even though he is frail, he has a very strong will about him. But things just keep stacking against him, and we just want to do everything we can to give him the opportunity to make a full recovery. Mach told Fox and Friends that seeing Josh in this state would not change his mind. We have great compassion for this family, Mach says. But this is not just about a single boy,